but
Alright.
you will have to still make a jump across. It's not just a
Okay.
step.
Okay. Are there ropes nearby? I remember we were chopping at some.
They are slashed, so you see kind of halves of rope
Okay.
on the deck.
Nothing big enough.
Probably not. It would be really difficult to get the hands on as it's moving back and forth on the slippery deck. You could
Gotcha.
try, but it wouldn't be easy.
Okay. Ooh, so many options. Frankly, I think this boat is done for. I don't think there's even if we kill the Kraken, this boat is done for. So I think the mast is the most appealing option I can come up with. So without saying anything to anybody, I turn and do my best to execute a swan dive off of the side of the boat.
Yeah, you dive off of the side of the boat, and yeah, make an acrobatics check.
Okay, is this a D20 again?
Yeah, D20.
Cool. Oh god, I rolled a 2.
Yeah, you bang,
Oh,
and as your stomach hits the water, you wake up in a cold sweat in a tavern.
All I'm gonna say is thank God I didn't say anything before that jump, or someone might have noticed.
But those around you see him dive, kind of slip, and then just kind of like sink below the ocean.
The deck was wet. Could have happened to anybody.
All right, Flint, what are you doing?
I see this guy do it, and I think, man, I could dive better than that. I try to do the exact same thing.
Acrobatics check, my friend.
Acrobatics check. That is D20.
Yeah.
I roll a 14.
Yeah, you actually do a relatively graceful dive, but as you hit the water, you wake up in a cold sweat in the tavern bed you were in. All right.
At least they know I'm a better diver.
True. Now it is back to the beast's turn, and you can see a tentacle raise over and crash down straight through the middle of the boat, and doesn't quite hit the mast in the water, but it throws water in the air and really makes the mast untenable. Those of you on the boat are on a quick trip to the ocean, but are kind of in mid-fall. And I would like everyone to make a dexterity save to see if they're able to either maintain their position on the mast or somehow stay afloat.
Got a 16.
Okay.
I think I got a 24.
Good God.
Damn.
No. That's not right. 22.
22. Okay. 16, 22. Who was on the boat? I think it was just Jagat. Yeah. What'd you get?
14.
What was it?
14.
14. So Jagat, you are unable to land or stay on anything, and you fall and sink down into the ocean and wake up from.
I like to picture him
believe-
staying in that same position, just upright, holding both things as he falls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so.
Yeah.
And now it is just Bryn and Nocta
Oh, I should stand
remaining
so I can do
on
more
the
dramatic
mast.
things.
Well, shit.
And the Kraken kind of has completely destroyed the ship. It's in pieces at this point, and has let go of the sides of the boat, and is, it doesn't really seem to notice you and starts to kind of back away. You can feel that, like your head feels kind of funny as the Kraken kind of pulls back into the ocean. And in like a very lucid moment, you both realize that you are dreaming. Is there anything you want to do? But you realize you're going to wake up shortly. Is there anything you want to do within those remaining 10 seconds or so before you wake up?
Fly!
Out of curiosity, do we get the impression that the other person is a real person in the same dream, or?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Okay. Is insight
Not one.
Wisdom.
Oh.
This dice is going to the grave.
No.
All right. 23.
What the fuck?
Not is heating up out here.
I have rolled 20, 20, 19, 19, 18.
Jesus.
So, Nocta and Bryn, you both lock eyes on the mast. But looking, when you look at Bryn, you see someone who's very confused, but you do realize that this is probably another person, and you're a little bit confused as to how that's even possible. But you have this like weird flash of insight that this could be another person. Bryn, you ain't got a fucking clue. You are so confused at what's going on.
Yeah, I can't think of anything clever to say because I'm
Okay.
probably just too confused by the situation.
Fair. Yeah, well, both of you wake up in your respective beds. So yeah, now everyone is awake, and each of you you woke up at different times, but we're going to kind of even it out a little bit. And you have a very vivid memory of all of those people that you had seen on the boat, along with the creature. And going around the room here, we're gonna have everyone describe what their character looks like.
Large Benjamin, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
We all woke up in the same beds we went to sleep in, right?
Oh yeah, you
Okay.
just had a funky dream. Yeah, you were in the same bed you went to sleep in. All right. So we're gonna start with Big Flint. What does your character look like? What did they see on that boat?
My character is a mountain dwarf that is not wearing any armor. At most, I got like a rag or something on.
So he's also not wearing any clothes.
Homie was in his PJs.
I mean, yeah, he was asleep, I guess. But...
Yeah, he was in front of the class. He had to have his math homework, and he was in his underwear.
Yeah. So, but I have a big ass axe. So I guess I have to have like a kind of like strapper thing to hang the axe off of. But other than that, I'm chilling. And I'm also like pretty short. I'm like 4'6" as a mountain dwarf.
Cool. All right, Borealis, what do you look like?
I am a 7-foot tall loxodon, which is like elephant person. I got an elephant head, and then my upper body is like I got 4 elephant fingers that are kind of dexterous. I can hold stuff with, and then my feet are more like elephant feet, kind of like rounded, stumpy. And I have my clothing is like green robes that are gilded with like gold scripture, and then I have a breastplate on that's connected by leather, but it's like a metal breastplate. And then I'm wearing on my neck a necklace which is holding like a mallet that you'd use for stonework, for carving stuff. And that's like my little sigil thing that I use to concentrate energy when I'm doing magic. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, yeah, I got a big maul and a bow on my back.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Can I ask what shape is their two-handed weapon? Like, is it like a ball? Is it like a hammer shape?
Oh no, it's yeah. It's more like a mace that like a Hanuman would use. So it's two-handed, big pole, and on the end is just a giant round ball.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's sick.
That's tight.
Even though you're an elephant person, you like stand upright on 2 legs, right?
Yeah. And I kind of use my weapon as my staff.
Do you have a tail?
It's maybe like a little elephant tail. Yeah. It doesn't come through my robes though.
How restricting.
Yeah, and I have like calming energy. I move, like more slowly.
A graceful being.
Yeah.
All right. Bryn, what do you look like?
I am an elf. I have fairly pale skin. I got white hair. It's pretty long. I'd say it goes past my shoulders. Bright blue eyes. I'm wearing leather armor, so it's like mostly brown. Got a little green in it. I've got a black cloak. I have a short sword on my back, 2 daggers on my hips, and then I had a crossbow in hand. I'm pretty lanky. I'm 5'7", 110. So not too much muscle. for me. I'm pretty young in age too. I've seen some years, but I'm still fairly immature.
Okay.
Nocta, what do you look like, and how do you actually say your actual name?
Noctazelanox.
Nocta Zelenox. Okay,
Haha, I was
cool.
right.
But
Yeah.
but the full thing is only for use with fellow goblins
Okay, go on.
or with people I'm very close to. But,
Understood. All right. So yeah, what do you look like?
Sexy.
yeah, I'm diminutive. I'm not even 3'6".
Hell yeah.
God.
You could throw me like 25 feet easily.
And it will come up.
I've got red hair, but whereas most goblins are totally unkempt, I'm well groomed. I'm wearing robes, but over them like a workman's tunic. So it's workman by day in my watch shop, cleric by night kind of thing.
Okay.
So like a smock over my robes.
Nice. And Paravan.
All right, I'm a half elf. I'm about 5'10", 170. I'm like skinny built, but you wouldn't know it to look at me. I got my leather armor on and like a big, like black and green mottled cloak over everything with the hood up, so you can't really get too much of a glimpse of my face. But middle-aged man, even though I'm in my 80s. Other than that, I got a short sword poking out over each shoulder, and on one shoulder, along with the sword, I got a bunch of arrows for my bow. And I guess I had my bow in my hand before I ungracefully fell off the boat. And I think that's about all you can tell just from looking at me.
Cool. And then last but not least, Jagat. What do you look like?
Quick question. Are the beds just like single beds, like on like at a low level, like around the room or something, like around?
So you each have your own room for the night, right?
Okay,
Like
cool,
your
gotcha.
own personal
Oh,
room.
I see. Okay. Anyway, so I'm describing as you guys saw me, right, in this dream, I'm guessing. So, staff, which is bigger than this, but this is what I got for now. Gnarled like wooden staff, something that you'd find a nice ass like piece of a tree and then make it into a staff. And then I have this cool little guy. His name is Daniel.
Daniel.
Oh wow.
Damn.
But if you hurt him, I'll kill you. But anyway, and so actually I have an image that I think would be perfect for
Yeah, drop it.
representing. Let's see if I can. Yeah. So this isn't a perfect, but it's very close. In D&D
Ooh.
channel.
That's a good image.
I know. So imagine
Nice.
that, except instead of the nice like sash and like the somewhat nicer looking leather pieces, I kind of just have a fucking tattered robe on, and I look a little grumpier than that. But I got leaves and shit, and like a staff, so you can imagine that character kind of looking like that.
That's cool.
And I don't wear any shoes, so and my feet are very calloused on the bottom, which you can't really see, but I guess you will eventually once I like pick some shit off my feet randomly. And yeah, that's it. And leaves periodically fall off of me, so don't worry about it.
Oh, if you scroll up in the D&D channel, you can see there's a
Sexy
Loxodon posted there.
And that's also my character art before the
Yeah.
Loxodon.
Yeah, there is an Loxodon there.
Oh damn, Nate! I mean, why
That's
do
a
you show me
sexy
that,
goblin.
bro?
Yeah, if you find any character art that you want to share, just drop it.
Sheesh, Nate. Oh,
I think I look roughly like Aragorn back when he was being a ranger.
All right, you got that Aragorn energy. Love that. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
So yeah,
just-
you all have awaken in your beds. Confusion from this dream that you had. It's probably somewhere between 2, maybe 3 a.m. So it's still dark out, and the tavern is quiet. Each of the taverns that you're staying at. for a couple of options here. There are a couple of taverns in town. Let me get one more tavern.
Oh, I got it. I got my character. Here we go.
You are at. All right.
That's
Is that accurate to your
Yeah,
clothing
buddy.
too?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
that's pretty
solid.
accurate.
I can work with.
I
Yeah.
like it.
So
Alright.
that's what you meant when you said you
I
were
like
wearing a rag.
the abs as well.
Alright. So there's a couple of taverns in town that you all were at. There is the Horned Salamander, the Downy Feather, and the Crimson Albatross, where you all could have stayed.
I'm in the same tavern
Um,
as the elephant dude. As yeah.
Did you guys know each other?
Yeah,
Have you
no,
got
I
here?
knew
Oh.
his name by now. Yeah, we
Well-
kind of vaguely know each other now.
Well, hold on. We didn't tell Ben about this, did we?
No, we did not.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah. So we had that night after D&D, like character building. We came up with the idea that potentially we had met like when I was walking towards Pithron City in the forest.
Okay. So then, to retcon a little bit, because you want that as part of your backstory, you all
But
did.
I had abandoned that when you went cold open in the dream
Oh,
and
no,
us
no,
not
no,
knowing
no.
each
No,
other.
no, that's
Totally
fine.
fine to have you guys have recognized.
Yeah, that's
Well, we
fine.
didn't tell you.
It doesn't matter
That's-
though.
It
I
doesn't
mean,
really
also,
matter.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
You could have
that's true.
recognized each other in the.
But remember, that
It
also
wasn't
means that I
canon.
that really means I did say some shit about your mom though, because that's what that means.
Damn. Cold.
But no, yeah, I
Alright,
think we know
yeah,
each other
just
still.
You all knew each other beforehand. Do you
The
want to go
two
with that
of
or no?
us. Yeah, I'm cool with it. If Borealis is cool with it.
Sure, yeah. That could make sense if he was in my dream because I had just met him the day before.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that's
Well, we
totally
also
fine.
traveled together a bit, right, to get to the town.
Yeah, I don't, however long you want to have. We'll say. So, which of the taverns did you all stay in? The Horned Salamander,
Excuse
the
me.
Downy Feather, or the Crimson Albatross?
What was the salamander?
The Horned Salamander.
I'd go with the Crimson Albatross.
I was thinking the Downy one.
Okay.
I'm feeling the salamander.
I'm definitely salamander. Yeah.
Okay, so Bryn and Paragon at the here. Who was at the Downy Feather? It was I heard someone. Flint.
Flint.
Yes, I'm at the Downy for that.
And then at the Crimson Albatross, I'm going to assume is Nocta
Yep.
because she sent me some backstory. And then Jagat.
I'm gonna put my robe on.
Borealis. Okay. So yeah, you all awaken in each of those taverns, having got there the night before. For most of y'all, did you want to do anything at this time that you had woken up in the town, or are you all just kind of falling back to sleep until morning after your funky dream?
Do my hit
What
points
time do we wake
recover?
up?
Oh yeah, good point. It's as if you didn't take any damage, right?
Cool. I was figuring.
And you as if you haven't taken any damage, and if you have like any damage to your weapons, like your crossbow isn't jammed, and like you're like you
My
haven't
spell
wasted any
slot
bullets,
isn't
your
expended.
spell slots are not expended.
Hell yeah!
Anything that you might have used, you didn't use as an arrow, a bolt, anything like that. Everything, if you like double check your pact, everything is there, right? Nothing's missing.
Oh, I still have my ship.
Your ship?
No.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, for sure.
A ship in
Yeah,
a
so
bottle
it
in
is
your
2
pocket.
or 3 a.m. What are you all? Are you going back to sleep or are you doing something?
Go out onto the balcony and say some prayers to Dolara.
Bless up.
I'm going for a very early morning stroll to clear my head after this very disconcerting dream.
Sure. Yeah.
I shake
you
it
go-
off, and I'm just like, man, that was weird. But I'm still tired. It's 2 a.m. I'm going to bed.
Mhm.
I kind of get up and think about it, write it down in some random piece of scribble, and then lay back down, but cannot successfully fall asleep.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it's quiet at night for you, Paravon, as you kind of clear your head walking around town. It's 2 a.m. No one's awake, right?
Uh-huh.
The lights are down, and you're just kind of walking through the little neighborhood that was surrounding. Make sure I have the right one here. Surrounding the horned salamander. Yeah, nothing of particular note. You
Cool.
find on your walk. It's just a nice walk, and you do feel better at the end, though.
Fresh air, man. It
Yeah.
always helps.
Yeah. So with that, I think we are going to start the first day here as you are in town, right? You all wake up after your weird dream. Either you fell back to sleep, took a walk, whatever you all did. And you are all in your rooms. Hold on, let me get things organized.
Roll a
Yep.
perception check.
Yeah, I would have
No,
meditated
you-
until the first rays of the sun started to come up, and then I would head downstairs to if there's like a bar at the tavern that I'm at.
Yeah, so I think let's start kind of down the list here. With Bryn and Paravon, actually, just to organize it a little bit.
Yep.
Since we're all in 3 places. So Bryn and Paravon, you wake up at the Horned Salamander. What are you all doing?
I'm gonna go down to the bar, order a drink, and ask the barkeep if he's seen an oddly attractive goblin around town.
Yeah, so you go down to the bar. It's busy, right? You can see like small parties of people have formed, and you can tell like they have weapons and things. Like these are adventurers who are in town for this contest, right?
Okay.
Who have all kind of woken up and they're talking in hushed tones amongst each other. You take a seat at the bar. A halfling man behind the bar says, well, all right, what do I do for?
I'd like a drink. What do you got?
He looks and he says, you talking milk or ale?
Ale for sure. Had an interesting night.
Of course. All right. Well, we have a couple of options. We have a light or a dark ale for you here, brewed in town. Maybe it's a little too early for the harder liquors.
Nope.
But
It's
if you're
not early
interested,
enough.
Wait.
no, we do have a stocked bar. If there's a drink you're interested in.
I just want a shot of the strongest thing you got. Just one of them right in front of me now, please.
He turns around and he's like, okay. And he comes back with a bottle cap of clear liquid.
I down it.
Bottle
Hey,
cap.
Mouse.
It is basically, from this world, it's like rubbing alcohol.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it is awful.
Really
Right.
gets the blood pumping.
He's like, and do you want some food to go with that?
I'm good. That's all I needed. I have one question for you though.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of people around here, and I saw someone last night. Have you seen an attractive goblin recently?
No. Survey
All
says
right.
no. A little more might help. Maybe I didn't find them attractive and you did, you know?
In fact, no one in the history of the world has
Subjectively
ever
attractive.
seen an attractive goblin.
Did you say a sex goblin?
Well, clearly, if you did see him, you don't have taste. I just walk out the door.
All right,
That's
fair
my
enough. So,
wife,
How
sir.
much did it cost? I do toss down.
oh yeah. He was like, for you? You know what? You take it, man.
I appreciate you. I hope you
Oh.
find a goblin that you find sexy someday.
He just doesn't say anything. He's like, okay. You just hear him mutter something about all types. And then Paravon,
Yeah.
you're coming downstairs.
I make my way
They
down
may not have
around.
left in that time period, Bryn, as they had woken up. I'm not sure, like, how early did you guys get up?
I'm gonna say like 7:30.
Okay. What about you, Bryn?
What time did we wake up? We woke up at like 2, right?
Yeah, around 2 a.m.
I say 6.
6. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bryn is long gone on the hunt for a sexy goblin. Uh,
Aren't we all?
and Caravan, you see a similar sight down in the Horn Salamander of groups
Cool.
of people, sometimes individuals that look kind of rough and tough. What are you doing?
I'm gonna sidle my way up to the bar, get the
Mhm.
halfling's attention, and I ask him for a nice hearty breakfast and tell him to
He's
deliver it to the table in the corner.
he's like, of course, of course. We're talking, you want the full? Is what
Of course, I
is
want
all
the
he's-
full.
Of course, of
What
course.
does he take me for?
Yeah. He calls something to the back kitchen as you take a seat. I guess are you taking a seat at that back table?
Yeah, I wanna survey the room while I wait for my brekkie.
Sure. Yeah. You see a 2 or 3 different groups of people who seem mostly out of towners, right? Like you may not be from this town, but like they're kind of eclectic groups that seem to have gotten here recently from travels. You can see that many of them are armed with small weapons at their sides. Um, Most are in groups of like 3, 2 or 3, maybe 4, kind of talking amongst themselves. And there's almost no like crosstalk amongst all the groups. They're all kind of keeping to themselves.
Gotcha. I think my MO is to sit here and eavesdrop the best I can until my food's done and see if I spot anyone who looks familiar to me.
Fair enough. Yeah, make a perception check.
Cool. That's a D20.
Mhm.
I got a 12. And perception, does that get a boost or no?
It may be your
It's a
wisdom.
Oh, I have +5 on perception
Ooh.
under skills.
Oh, yeah. So you're
17.
able to actually like people aren't talking super loud, but they're not like being super hidden, right? Most of the contents of the conversations that you're listening to are pertaining to this contest. You hear particularly one group where this human man is talking to an elven woman saying like, I can't believe they haven't announced the day yet. What we've been in town for almost a week, just waiting for them to do this, and I can't believe this. This is unprofessional, outrageous, and she mostly seems annoyed at this guy who's just kind of blabbering on. You catch other bits of conversation where there's a group of 2, which is a half-orc woman along with, make sure I get the right people, a half-orc woman along with an older gnome man who are chatting. You can hear that they are mostly kind of talking about kind of like technology things. They're like, ooh, do you see this? And like kind of showing little tinkering objects on the table as they chat back and forth. Yeah, that's most of the 2 important things. Most of the people are talking about this contest, though. From
Cool.
what you're perceiving. Eventually, this food does come out to you, and you're talking. It's the works. You got sausage
Nice.
and bacon. You got gravy with biscuit.
Oh
You
yeah.
got. Oh,
I
yeah.
got taters.
You got eggs. You got fried taters. Come on, what are you talking about? It came with
Boiled, mashed, and in a stew.
yeah, it came with both a cup of juice, milk. You got both. Yeah, you got the works.
Wow.
You got all you need.
I am
Looks-
ecstatic
Yeah, it looks
surveying the
immaculate.
spread in front of me. Gotta get that constitution up,
All right. And I'm gonna now cut over to Flint,
Ooh, that's
who
me.
is in the
Downy
Downy
feather.
Downy feather.
Yeah, you wake up. Around what time do you think you wake up?
I think I'm gonna wake up at like 7 on the dot.
Ooh, 7 on the dot, ready to
On the
roll.
dot.
Right, yeah.
And I have a headache.
Mm.
So the first thing I do, best thing for headaches, I go down to the bar and ask for some grog.
You're going straight to the grog. Love to see it.
Straight to the grog.
All right, yeah. You go downstairs into kind of a nicer bar. It isn't super well like traveled. There's only a couple of people down here, and they're kind of in nice silks and very fancy clothing. Where you come down, are you wearing a shirt?
No.
Hell yeah.
I'm not wearing
So
a
you're
shirt.
down with like no shirt. You probably have your axe strapped to your back.
Mhm.
And everyone kind of looks at you but doesn't want to say anything. And you sit down at the bar to a half orcish man behind it, who said you order grog from, and he's like, "We don't sell grog here.
It's free.
We don't have grog here, sir. Could I interest you in a wine, perhaps, if you're looking for something harder
Wine?
this morning?"
You saying wine is hard?
Well, I mean, I suppose I could make you some kind of mixed drink.
What, like 2 mixes of alcohol? Yes, do that.
He just looks to you like, "Okay, sir." And he goes and prepares you a drink. And it comes back. It has it's like a slush drink, so it's like ice and kind of like a, not just straight liquid. It has a little umbrella in it and a lime situated on the side, and he sets it down in front of you. He's like, "I put our top shelf whiskey along with a little bit of tequila, some lime juice, a little bit of mint, a couple of nice things here for you, sir."
I look at it for a second, and then I just say thanks, and I down the whole thing in one gulp.
You have never tasted anything less alcoholic in your life. It's delicious, but it tastes like a fruit slush.
Bartender,
Yes.
I need alcohol. I have a headache.
Uh,
You say
uh,
this is your finest whiskey?
and he's like, I'm so sorry, sir. Maybe you would prefer something on the rocks?
Yes, on anything other than that.
Of course. And he takes that out of the way and returns with just a kind of a half glass of whiskey on the rocks. Maybe this is more to your liking.
Yes, this is better. And I drink it, and I just do the whole thing in one gulp again.
Ice and all.
I said all.
He looks
Oh.
at you startled. And he is like, "Rough night last night, sir?"
You could say that.
Okay. Well, he quickly, as quickly as he can end this conversation, he is now on to another customer. There's no one else at the bar though, and so he kind of just like awkwardly shuffles away. Oh, and back. Sorry, I forgot about this for Paravan. The works ended up costing you 5 silver pieces for your book.
That's half of a gold piece.
Half of a gold piece.
Oh man, now I'm down to
Yeah, I know.
139 gold and 5 silver.
God damn.
Rip.
And then
So how much was mine?
well, he has not said anything yet. You are still at the bar, and he's like,
Okay.
he's like, maybe you want something to eat?
Do you have anything with alcohol?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't think we can quite cater to your fine taste.
I knew I should have gone to the Scarlet.
And he's like, well, if you I guess you could close out your tab, if you're looking to go somewhere else, sir.
How much do I owe you?
Just 3 gold pieces, sir.
3 gold pieces! I only had 2 drinks!
Well, you see, the first was 2, and the second was 5 silver, and
pieces.
the included 5 silver gratuities, sir. Brings it up to 3 gold pieces.
Gratuity, I'm a party of 1!
The other patrons are like full gawking at this point at what is happening in this, and he's like, sir, he notices like you're bothering the other patron. He's like, if you just a single gold piece, and we'll be on our way.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I toss it to him, and I throw it at him,
Sure.
and then I walk out of the bar.
Cool. All right. And then to our last one, the Crimson Albatross. Nocta, Jagat, and Borealis. What are you all doing?
I get up at dawn, as is custom for followers of Dalara, so that they can say their prayers to the sun.
Classic.
So I say my prayers, perform my ablutions, go down to the common room. I imagine it's still on the early side, so there's not that many patrons in there.
Yeah, it's
But
quiet.
I just like wave to whoever's at the bar because I've lived here my whole life. I know
Yes.
everyone who works here.
You know all the lads here.
Like, 10 minutes later, my mother comes out of the kitchen with my breakfast.
You're living the high life.
She's pushing 50 at this point, so she like isn't a tavern wench anymore. They've moved her to the kitchen.
Understood. So I assume she is also a goblin.
Yes, as was
I
my
wasn't
father.
sure if you were not adopted or if you were from goblin lineage. Like, you're obviously from goblin lineage, but I wasn't sure adopted or not.
Yeah, I guess I want to say like goblins are really commonly sailors because their dexterity
Sure.
makes them good with knots and climbing ropes and whatnot.
All right, I'm vibing with that. Okay, sure.
So
So yeah, your mother comes over and says, here's your breakfast, dear. Any plans on a new moving out anytime?
oh well, the sorry, words fail me. The officials at the temple were saying perhaps I should be taking a pilgrimage soon to go see some of the watch guilds in other places. They specialize in different techniques, and my engraving isn't as good as it could be. So I'll probably be headed out in a couple of months. But I mean, I'm paying rent. Come on.
Yeah, of course, dear. Of course. I'm excited for you. I just can't wait for you to really get out there and see the world. And she ends up scurrying back to the kitchen, continuing her preparations. Is there anything else that you're doing while you're enjoying? I guess tell me what your breakfast is, because you're the one who has lived here, right? So what does your breakfast look like?
Yeah, it's just oatmeal.
It's straight up some oatmeal.
Because the child of the tavern lunch isn't exactly the most high status. We just ate the cheap stuff, which is oatmeal.
There you go. All right.
And once you've done it for 20 years, what's another year?
All right, fair enough.
And then I'm just like sketching watch mechanisms to prepare for my day's work.
Cool. Jagat and Borealis, what are you guys doing?
So I'm walking down the stairs as I see this interaction between Nocta.
Wait, what time? Yeah, what time do you go down?
Oh,
That's important.
I guess not too long after Nocta awakes, right? Probably sunrises. Let's say arbitrary time of 7 or 6:30. Let's say 6:30 in the morning. I'd probably come downstairs at 6:45, 6:50, something like that. Anyway, but I witnessed this interaction between Nocta and Nocta's mother, and I have this warm smile on my face. I'm like, oh, nice. As I walk down the stairs, but I kind of walk slowly and very relaxed. Some other people rush by me because they're in a rush and I'm too slow. And then I kind of stop at the bottom of the stairs and look around at all these. I basically look at everyone in the room just to be huh, humans, or rather maybe not humans, but humanoid type things around. I'm not used to it because I'm used to just living in the woods. So I'm used to being surrounded by trees being the tallest things, where now the humans are the tallest things in the room. Besides the walls, but what, that doesn't make any sense. So
I
anyway,
will have gone down at sunrise, so I would have seen you come down to the bottom of the stairs and be like, "Hey, good morning."
Oh, okay. And then I say some stuff. Yeah. Then I'm like, "Hey, good morning, Con. How's it going, mate?"
Good. How's it
going, mate?
I was
just mate.
Going to the.
I had the craziest dream last night, man. Oh, sorry I'm interrupting you, but yeah, Con. But
what was your dream?
I think I'm gonna get some fucking food though. You
that was what I was about to say. Yeah,
I'm pretty poor, but I don't know what they got here. I'm used to eating fucking berries and shit.
Okay.
But,
I have a stipend. from my guild, so I can afford a
Oh, all right, mate.
breakfast. If that's what.
Let's go see what they got.
All right. So I
And
walk
then-
up to the bar, which is
Yeah.
what I was gonna do, and then
Mhm.
I'm like, "Hey, can I get some breakfast?"
Of course, sir. We have, you see just a human man behind this bar, who is minding it this morning. And he's like, "Of course, sir. What are you looking to have? We have, various meats and potatoes, maybe some greens if you're interested. What are you looking for?"
I like
Do you have
greens.
any eggs?
Eggs. Of course, we have eggs.
Oh, I'll take eggs and greens, please.
Eggs and greens. Yep, coming right up. And he puts it out there. Oh, anything to drink?
Yeah, a large glass of milk.
Of course.
Make it 2.
You want 2
milk.
glasses of milk, or do you
Yeah.
want the same food that he got?
Oh no, fuck the food. I don't want his food.
What food do you want? Are you ordering something? So you
I
make it
think
2 on the milk.
I should have kept the Australian accent going. But let me get some greens and meat. That's it.
What are
plus
you
some
looking for? Some scrapple? Some bacon?
What the
some
hell
sausage?
is that, man? Man, you gotta tell me what
Oh,
animal it
Scrapple's
is.
good.
I don't know what
Scrapple?
this food is,
That's
mate.
pig.
Oh, all right.
Imagine a hash brown, but it's meat.
I mean,
Yeah.
man, y'all are giving me some new shit. I don't know, man. I don't really often eat boar in the wild, but or pig or whatever the fuck that shit is you're talking about. But yeah, I'll try it, I guess. But I want a bunch of it, and then some green shit, like a bunch of green shit
Coming
too.
on the way. Yep.
Like make sure it's leafy, leafy. And then get
he
some
goes
milk.
and
All right.
oh, of course, yeah. And he
Yeah, kind of. Thanks, mate.
returns- he turns when you change your voice like that. He's like, okay.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it.
And he quickly returns with eggs, with a small thing of kind of like a cooked down spinach, with it, and then for you, he got a little bit of every meat because you didn't really say. You're like, I don't really normally eat it, so he gave you like a piece of bacon, a sausage link, and a little scoop of scrapple.
I'm very confused because I don't recognize the meat looking like this. I'm used to just eating it like over
Yeah.
some fucking
Like-
campfire. So
like
I'm just
right off the
confused.
animal?
And then I like poke it and shit
Yeah.
with my
Also
finger.
with the spinach and 2 glasses of milk.
I like these leaves though. They look cool.
I suck
and
up the milk
actually-
using my trunk, and I say, "So what was with your dream?"
Oh, that's fucking so funny, dude. Fucking damn.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta get a fucking elephant mask and shit with a fucking trunk, and you can like move that shit around.
Yeah.
Well, oh yeah, thanks, Kant. Thanks, mate. This is some good shit. Yeah, thanks for the milk too, mate. Is this from? You got any? I guess cow milk, eh? Yeah. Seems like it.
It's like
Yeah, nope,
goose
that's-
to me.
That's goat, sir.
Oh,
What-
go.
What the fuck, mate? What did you say? Goose.
Goat.
Yeah, this food's pretty
Goose?
good, mate. Yeah, mate. It's pretty skits. Thanks, mate.
So while they're actually having this conversation, Nocta, can you make a perception check?
Yes, I can.
Jake, what race are you?
Furbog. So I'm like pretty tall, but I'm kind of lanky, pretty tall,
15.
red hair.
15. Gotcha.
What is
Sorry
it though?
if the pointed
So-
ears in your picture were authentic or not.
Yeah, but mine aren't that big. Those are some big boys. That's some Obama
Okay.
ears, man. I don't have any of those.
Yeah. So Nocta, you do notice these 2 at the bar, and you recognize them from your dream.
Okay. But just to remind me, it was Bryn who was last on the mast with me when our
Correct.
eyes locked.
Yes, it was Bryn.
Cool. So I'm not completely convinced that these are the people from my dream, or that such people exist in the real world. But
Yeah.
I'll put down my drafting and head over to their. Are they at the bar or at a table?
Did
We're
you
at
guys?
the bar.
You're at the bar. Okay.
And hop onto a particularly tall stool for goblins. Hey, gentlemen. You guys
Hey,
look,
what's up,
look
Kat?
a bit familiar. I had the strangest dream last night. I was on a ship
We were just
being
talking about a
crushed
dream.
by a kraken.
Oh shit, mate, that's pretty skits, mate. I got a dream too.
Okay. I'm the third with that dream.
Okay, wait. You
What
you
is
two had the
happening
same
here?
dream.
No, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, man. We haven't talked about it yet. But
I just was asking him about a dream he was having last night, and then you
yeah,
walked
true,
up to
mate.
us to talk about a dream, and it happened to be the dream I was having. It sounds like
So you dreamt that you were on a ship being crushed by a kraken.
I definitely got crushed by a kraken in my sleep last night, and then belly flopped on a fire, but then the ship went down. I don't know. It was
Oh yeah. We seem to have some trouble with the escape on the mast plan.
okay. Wait, now this is confusing. I've never experienced something like this before. This is not real, is it? This cannot be happening.
Well, I mean, nothing that happened in the we woke up dry, right? I mean, other than the sweat, but
Who are you?
I'm just a local girl who lives here. My mother's a 5% owner of the tavern.
Do I recognize them? Do I recognize Nocta from coming to the
Yep.
tavern to begin with? I do.
That's a good question.
Nah, mate. What are you
would
talking
you
about, mate?
have
We haven't
been-
seen this
would you
girl in
have-
our life, mate. But she is pretty cute, though. You know, it's fucking.
Nocta, were you in the tavern last night? Were you there out on the floor, or were you mostly staying in your room?
No, I probably would have been at a table eating my dinner before I went back to my room.
Okay. So make a perception check if you're interested, if you noticed her or not.
Yeah, I want to do that.
But I probably would have been with some priestly chaps from the Watchmakers Guild. You know.
This isn't the Scarlet place, right?
This is at
This
the
is
Crimson
Scarlet-
Albatross.
Yeah, Crimson Albatross.
Okay, I got a
Okay, that one.
17.
17. You had actually noticed the goblin, and you didn't connect it while you were in the dream because it was so crazy and intense. But now that you're seeing her here, you're like, oh, I definitely saw you as maybe you may or not interacted, but whoa.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I remember seeing
Why
you
is there music?
yesterday.
What just happened? What was it?
That might have been me.
That's so funny.
I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay,
So
so
yeah,
I remember
right.
seeing you yesterday. Okay, so you two were both in my dream. That makes sense because I had just seen you last night before going to sleep. Are you sure it's not a coincidence that we just happen to be having similar dreams?
Well,
Also, wait, Jake, what's your name?
Jagat.
Jagat. Is this checking out with you too? Did you have a dream?
Yeah, mate. I had
About
a
a
dream. I
kraken.
was talking to a kraken, but yeah, I had some fucking nerds trying to kill it or something. I was just trying to be friends with it, but yeah, and then I fucking fell into the ocean. But so yeah, I don't know, something like that. You can't.
oh yeah, I remember. You were just standing around with this succulent and this staff, and we were like, hey, get off the ship, it's going down. But maybe sometimes talking's more important than your life. What do I know? I'm just a watchmaker.
Hey, man, I was just trying to make friends with you. You know, maybe it needs some friends. You know, who the fucking knows, champ?
I'm sure it could use some friends because I'm certainly not one of its friends. But you can't have friends if you're dead.
Are any of you guys familiar with sharing dreams with others previously, or is this new to you as well?
Well, this is new to me, and let me tell you the strangest part. After you jumped off the ship and sank beneath the waves, and Jagat went down with the ship, it was just me and, or I guess I don't know your name, and the succulent dude went down with the ship. It was just me and one other guy on the mast, and I looked at him. And while I was in the dream, I had a sudden moment of clarity when I was sure that he was a real person sharing the same dream with me.
Wait,
I
who?
don't understand.
Wait, who, mate? Who was the real person?
So the others that were there too, you think were real?
Yeah, that seems to be the case, or at least that one guy. Let me remind myself what Bryn looks like. But
It's an elf.
Wait, so I've been traveling to the Crimson thing this whole time, Is
Is
now
that where
a
you're
really
headed?
good
You're
time for
going
me
to the Crimson Albatross this morning?
Yes.
And
So
you woke up at 7, they woke up at time. You theoretically could be walking in the door while they're having this conversation.
I feel like
yeah?
now's a great time for me to walk in the door.
Waltz right in. Yeah, I mean,
I walk in the
you
door.
walk
Roll
in the
to
door.
see if that's what happens.
You walk into the Crimson Albatross.
I
It was
figure
actually
we're
kind of a
deep in
decent walk
conversation.
across town, and actually really quick. Let me do a screen share, as they say in the biz. Here's the...
Ooh.
Look, I thought I had it open. Oh, I went to the characters, that's why. Give me just 2 seconds. Alright, so let me share.
Where are you from? I'm from West Cork.
So, you may not have perfect... Is this coming through correctly?
Yeah.
Are you seeing a map?
It's a little blurry. Can you like control scroll?
Yeah, can we zoom in?
Yeah.
Yeah, how's this looking?
That's
Getting
good.
better.
Cool. So yeah, this is a map of Python or Python City. You don't have perfect kind of information on it yet. Maybe Nocta, you have a pretty good idea of how the city's laid out as you've lived here for quite a while. But the rest of you are relatively new to town. But you had come over from kind of this neighborhood over here from the Downy Feather, and walked across town over to around here, where the Crimson Albatross is located. So you had made your way across town, and you kind of push open that door, where you see kind of a quiet tavern, not super bustling. A couple of people at the bar, and a couple of people surrounded the tables.
Okay. Bartender, I need some grog.
And he turns and looks at you, the man behind the counter, and he's like, right away.
Some grog in this godforsaken city.
Yeah. So yeah, you all have noticed that this person has entered, because loudly announced that they want grog at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm like,
which is fairly unusual, and I think all of you could roll perception checks to see if you recognize.
I think probably with advantage.
Well, there's 3 of them rolling.
Fair.
Wait, that's 20, yeah? Oh, yeah. Duh.
17.
8.
19, baby.
Okay, so yeah, both Jagat and Borealis immediately clock you as that person from the dream.
I'm like,
oi
mate, oi, mate, do you recognize this guy? He's fucking
Nocta is more like whatever, right? Or Nocta's like still into the conversation with you all.
I'm like,
Yeah,
poking,
if you're looking for grog, you came to the right place, but
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
you
I tapped Nocta's shoulder and I'm like, look, right there. That's another one.
Yeah, as I'm like leaning into you to tap your shoulder, and you're just like, oh, yeah.
yeah,
Is
wait,
that the one that was with you?
So
that
like
you saw?
when they jog me,
Yeah, you as soon as they say it, you're like, oh yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah, you're right.
And I completely just ignore them. My focus is on the bartender.
There is...
Do we approach him?
Nah, I think we just sit there in awe and like, yo, that's him, and then he comes up near us somewhere.
Yeah, what is the not mug? There's an actual word for this that's escaping me.
Tankard.
A tankard.
Yeah.
Thank you. A tankard of grog is slammed down in front of you. It spills a little on the cavern, and it's grog. It's the good stuff. It's even kind of like bubbling a little bit. You're like, this is gonna be good.
Finally. Gulp, 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 gulp.
Ooh,
I can't down this one at one.
It's some good shit. Your headache, gone. Cured.
As soon as I take it down, half of it's gone, and then I start to look around.
Yeah,
Now that I've got my grog. Don't talk to me until I've had my grog.
Yeah, you wonder why this
perception.
tavern is the favorite of the seafarers. The grog's top notch.
Perception is 20, right?
Did you say that to him, Nocta?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, you looked at Nocta. Make a perception check if you recognize here.
That's 20. D20.
A d20 plus your wisdom, unless you're proficient.
I got 18. So.
Yeah, just off the cuff, you're like, you see them and the 2 people next. You're like, wait, what the fuck?
You're the sexy goblin from my dream.
Well,
wait,
kind of you to say so, but really, I'm
And
not
those two.
I'm not a tavern wench. So,
What is going on here?
improvisers and things like that. And
Also,
the
hello.
man was like, you should go.
The romance begins.
Funny seeing you around here in these parts.
Roll for charisma.
Come here often.
You're off.
Yeah, what's a nice little lady like you doing in a place like?
Yeah, so you all recognize each other at the bar of the Crimson Albatross. What are y'all doing?
Bye. What's the guy's name?
Buying.
Bye.
No. That's I was gonna say like by a god's name, but I don't need to know a god's name. What's a god's name?
You would-
Delara.
Yeah.
Shantae is a god of this town. It's a god of I don't know, of grain and farming basically. What's the dwarf?
That was almost the one that I took an oath to.
Yeah. There could be Moradin is the
I'm
lawful good-
Moradin's ghost. What's going on here?
By Morgan's ghost.
Yeah, wait.
You
who are
tell
you
me,
guys?
dream man.
Dream
At least buy me some
man.
ale first.
Well, you have
I'm-
grog, mate.
So
I'm
Alright, good
Doctor,
point,
by the
good
way.
point.
Who are you guys?
I am Flint.
Oh,
Flint
yeah,
of the dwarven village.
I'm Jagat, yeah? But, don't worry about it.
My name is Borealis.
Okay. Well,
Where do ye hell?
this is quite strange.
Yeah, where do we go from here? Do we talk about this?
Well,
Do you know
I
any?
mean,
Seems like we got some straightening out to do, yeah? I don't know, mate, but, I would like to know who the fuck y'all are, yeah. You're showing up in my fucking dreams and shit. It's a
Were
little
ye
weird.
also at the Downy Feather? That place is the worst.
No, I stayed here at the Crimson Albatross, and it was a lovely stay.
Yeah,
Other
I
than my
live here.
nightmare. You live
oh,
here?
yeah,
Okay.
my mother's trying to be an owner.
I've just got here into the city last night. I came because I heard the Council of Pithron had put out a contest for who could do the greatest deed for the city.
Oh wait, so your mom's the owner, yeah? So then maybe we should, yeah, it should be our spot, you know? Maybe you should give us a discount or something, yeah? I like them fucking scrapple or whatever it is. Yeah, I'll eat that again. But we should get a discount or something. This should be our regular spot. But you know, it's weird. I had some other weird people in my dream too. You know, I don't see them around though.
Yeah, and as you say that, I'm gonna actually cut back to Bryn, who left the Horn Salamander early in the morning. For context of like kind of where you are in town, the Horn Salamander is closer to this like K region.
Okay.
Like for context, like over here is like it's not like a bad part of town or a good. It's just like kind of the working class area of this town, right? For both J and K are two different working class neighborhoods.
Okay.
In the town where Flint was definitely more of a wealthy part of town, but you're in another like working class kind of tavern area, so you're just kind of you're seeing people start their day bustling through the streets, shops are opening and whatnot.
Do I know the layout of the town? Like, if I was to try to find other taverns around town, do I know where
so
to go?
you could kind of ask some of the locals if you wanted to. If you could get directions. You do notice that there's a couple of people walking around kind of with spears. The town guard is patrolling the area. There's definitely people that could help you.
Okay.
Find your way about. But you do have a gist of an idea. I guess a question is, so which way did you kind of come from? Right, so as you entered the city, where did you kind of come from? Did you come from...
This is north-south. I would have come from the south.
Okay, so you would have come more from like Makasta City area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you came up and you would have basically walked this major road.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen like the plaza. You've seen a couple of small areas. Like you saw there was a bunch of blacksmiths working as you had come into town over here.
Okay.
And you had seen another neighborhood, and then go back up, and you eventually found this tavern in this neighborhood.
Okay. I'm gonna go down to the plaza and look for goblins.
You're going to the plaza to look for goblins. Love to see it. Okay, yeah. So you end up traveling over to
Wait, sorry guys, I gotta dip out.
okay.
Okay.
Sneak's gotta go for the night. All good.
Ben, I really quick sent you
Yeah,
something.
I saw.
Cool.
Yeah. So for context for what's going on is that Nocta
Nate.
goes to work basically
Night,
and gives them
Nate.
the address
Oh,
of the
yeah,
workshop
mate. See
at
you
where
later,
she
mate.
works.
Yeah, mate.
I don't think we have exactly where
around.
that exists in the city, but we'll work with it.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yo,
had to
that
bounce.
goblin was sexy, mate. What the fuck was that about?
Nocta, meet
But
us
yeah,
when you're
so
off your shift.
Bryn, you've made your way into the plaza, and you can see tons of trade stalls selling all kinds of wares. But you are specifically looking for goblins, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Make
I'm
an
looking for
investigation.
goblins to ask.
Make an investigation roll.
I'm gonna not use. Yeah. I don't know. I think the dot is on the bottom.
Yeah, dots on the bottom.
Dots on the bottom. Okay.
Yep.
Investigation. 11.
Sure. So yeah, you go around and you can see there are a couple of goblins that are milling about, but seem pretty busy. Eventually, you see one that's running a stall that is selling fish in the marketplace here. Yeah. You notice that they're saying, fresh fish straight from the port.
I'm gonna walk up to him, completely disregard all the fish.
Yeah.
Is it a male or a woman?
Yeah, it's a male goblin.
It's a
selling
male?
fish.
I'm gonna walk up to the male and say, "You look like a goblin with fine taste, young man. Have you seen a really sexy goblin around town?"
He looks up at you, kind of taken aback. I appreciate your compliment. The only there's plenty of goblins that pretty nice in this town according to me.
I'm
You gotta
looking for
give me
the I'm looking for the runway model of goblins. Got red hair,
Oh.
little face,
Mm,
just little in general.
well, I mean, I might have an idea, but if you're interested in some fish, maybe
I'll
we
take
could
two
make a
fish.
deal here. Are you looking for? We have trout, we have salmon. What are you looking for, sir?
More of a salmon man myself.
Okay, you're looking for 2 salmon.
Yes.
Were you looking for fillets or the full fish?
Full fish, absolutely.
Okay, 2 salmon. He picks up 2 and he's like, these like they were on like ice to keep fresh. He's like, I can put this into a little container for you to keep fresh as you travel.
Nope, that's okay. I just grab the salmon, open up my bag, and just drop them in. All right, this is a goblin.
He's like, that would be just 2 silver pieces, sir.
Just give him 2 silvers.
He's like, thank you so much. And you were asking about a goblin, yes?
Yes.
Well, there is one that I know of. Her mother works at the Crimson Albatross to the north. It would be in the Easterling neighborhood. Or sorry, Westerling neighborhood. My mistake. Which is the one on the west. J. Westerling and Easterling, or J and I here. The Westerling neighborhood. And I have to say, I've had my eyes on her daughter for quite some time, and she has red hair. Maybe the one you're looking for.
If I find her, I will speak very highly of you. I hand him 1 silver piece. Thank you for the information.
Ooh,
and I head up that way.
And as you're walking away, he's like, and my name is Jarf. Don't forget it.
Jarf, it's been a pleasure. The name's
How
Bryn.
can I forget Jarf?
Jarf. Just walk away into my breath. What a great guy.
So yeah, you have 2 raw salmon in your bag. They smell like fish.
Sweet.
And you start making your way to the Crimson Albatross. I'm going to cut over to Paravan, who has been eating their breakfast inside of the the Horn Salamander. Too many taverns for my pea brain.
That's it. All right. I'm trying my best, but this breakfast truly is the works. I think I'm gonna need a doggy bag.
Yeah, you say that to the person who brought the food. Of course, it happens to the best of us. And he comes back with a small wooden box, actually. And he's like, "What? We can put this in this, sir. And would you like your drinks mixed in?"
No, that's quite alright.
Very well. And he just like like when you're in a restaurant and you'd much rather put the food in yourself, the
But they
waiter
insist
takes
on
the
doing
food
it.
and shovels it in front of you. That's what he does to you.
Oh, that's the
He
worst.
picks it up and like kind of shovels it in there for you.
That's the worst, dude.
I had
And
been
it
considering.
doesn't have a lid. It's just an open
It's just-
wooden box.
Oh no.
Thank
And
God I
he's like,
didn't
"There
put
you
the
are, sir."
drinks in too.
That's hilarious.
Oh, the drinks? Well, we need the cups, so
But you don't
I
need the
open
wooden
my
box.
mouth and I shove them down.
You have
By which
a
I mean I chug
lovely-
them, not that I try to fit the glass down my throat.
Yeah, I mean you successfully chug.
Alright, I
it.
down 'em
Actually,
and-
make a Constitution save. Constitution check.
Constitution
Co-
thing.
Yeah, make a Constitution check real quick. Not a save.
Alright,
Just straight up Constitution.
15.
I mean,
And I got a
it's-
+3 bonus.
You're chilling. Your tummy is feeling
Yeah.
a-okay.
I let out a big old belch and it feels
Mhm.
great. Smells
yeah,
like
you-
milk mixed with juice though.
Yum.
Okay,
Um,
I want to
what's
put
your-
this box in my traveling bag, but it's open. All right, I'm gonna awkwardly carry the box with me.
Okay.
And I
Are
was
you
consider-
leaving?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out. I was considering tipping the barkeep for his service, but after he shoveled my food in there for me, I decide not to.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out, and actually, the thing on my mind is I'm looking for a music shop.
Music.
A music shop. Sure.
Yeah. So I'd like
yeah.
to head for a commercial district.
Sure.
As best as I know where to find one.
You are relatively you have the gist. You end up talking to a couple of people in town. You get the idea of like where some things are, and you know that the plaza is kind of the main center of trade. But for more specialized stores, you'd want to go over to the Hill Street district to the west of the plaza over here in G. So you take this main road down, and you'd be able to explore over that way.
Cool.
Yeah, and you end up getting over there, where you find a small shop of the name the Polished Bugle, that seems to have kind of nice lettering around the nice like kind of like has like music notes kind of sitting around like sort of like a music and
Cool.
arts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see that it's like just a small shop kind of nestled in one of the alleys.
Awesome. I would like to enter. And...
Yeah, you go in, and it is a crowded space.
Oh, jeez.
We're talking there are instruments, books of music everywhere.
I sure hope I
Right.
don't spill my food.
Floor to ceiling, and you don't actually see anyone immediately as you walk in. You appear to be the only person in the store.
Cool. My goal here is to find a pan flute.
Pan flute. Okay.
Because
Yeah,
it's the only instrument I know how to play.
Yeah, so you're able to rummage around, and you see kind of a collection of pan flutes on the wall, on one of the walls that are hung up kind of nicely. I'll actually say describe a pan flute for me that you think you would like how it looks.
Sure. I'm looking for a simple one, carved of wood. Maybe like lacquered, kind of got a bit of a finish to it, but nothing too intricate.
Yeah.
I live a life primarily in the wilds, and I don't want anything too delicate.
Yeah, you see that pan flute together, and you see it's kind of wrapped together with a red cord keeping it all together, and there's a little bit of
Nice.
lacquer on it. Yeah, there's one on the wall there.
All right, I am interested, but I guess I need to locate a shopkeep.
Yes. Yeah. So as you are you gonna like take it off of the wall?
Yeah, let me try it out. I
Yeah.
wanna practice it a little.
Sure. You play a note. Make a performance check.
Fantastic. All right, I rolled an rolled an 8, and my performance is +2.
Okay, you get up to a 10. So a note comes out, but you can't hold it for very long. It's kind of like kind of sound comes out of it.
You
And as
know,
that happens, a thickly bespectacled gnome shoots up from behind the counter and says, "Hello, sir."
I'm a little taken aback by that. And whatever I'd managed to produce in my note rapidly ends.
He's like, "Are you interested in purchasing that pan flute?"
I'm gonna play it sly, but I most definitely am. So I look at it. I'm like, it's all right. It plays music, I guess. What are you asking for it?
That not one of our fine, crystalline ones. And he opens up he picks up a large binder and slaps it down on the table and opens up a catalog, and he goes, flips through it very quickly and says, and points to the exact picture of a drawing of this pan flute, red cord and all, and says, that would be 5 gold pieces, sir.
I want to haggle here.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to play another note.
Okay.
And I intentionally make it even worse than the last.
Okay.
I go,
yeah.
This thing doesn't sound tuned to me. I'll give you 3.
He's like, can I see that pan flute? We have more on the wall.
Oh shit, he's calling your bluff, bro.
Can I roll a charisma check here?
Sure, try to make a persuasion to convince him that it's broken without handing it over.
Cool.
Oh lord.
Natural 20.
He's
No.
He's like, wait, play another note for me.
Alright, I'm gonna go for a pipe that I haven't used before, and what you hear is the sourest, saddest note that has ever come from the likes of a pan flute.
And he is taken aback. He's like, that is broken. I've heard that sound of a broken pan flute. Wouldn't you prefer a working one? We have plenty for sale that are working.
Nah, overcoming the difficulties half the battle.
Well, if it's broken, I'd suppose I could part for it on a slight discount. He seems a little confused. He's like, 4 gold pieces? I'll take a gold piece off.
Alright, I'll take it for 4.
Okay, yeah, and you make a transaction. And you've acquired yourself a perfectly functional lacquered pan flute.
That's called haggling.
Alright, I'm at 135. Oh, yeah. 135, not 115. 35 gold. Do I add this to my equipment?
Yeah, you can write that. There should be an inventory spot.
Awesome, yeah.
Yep.
Cool,
Yep.
I have a pan flute now. Alright,
Cool.
I guess I don't have any other obvious objectives in town, because I'm still waiting for this contest to be announced.
Sure.
But now I have something to do while I wait.
Fair.
So I think I thank the shopkeeper for his fine merchandise, and I head out of the shop. I think for lack of better things to do, I probably would head to the plaza.
Sure.
To see if I can pick up on any rumors about what's happening with this contest.
Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds
And
good.
I got my lunch in my box, and I got my flute in my bag.
Lunch in the box.
So that's my day right there.
You got your day settled.
But
right.
I must say, as I'm walking to the plaza, this dream won't quite leave me. And what's sticking with me the most is how utterly I humiliated myself every step of the way. from shooting a toothpick into this Kraken's gums to slipping overboards as I tried to make it to the mast. And I can't shake the feeling that perhaps I'm not what I once was.
Yeah, fair enough. I think we will cut to Bryn opening the door of the Crimson Albatross, and at this point, Nocta has left for work, and sitting. Are you guys still hanging out at the bar, or have you?
Oh yeah, mate. We ain't doing anything
productive. At least you are.
I am not.
Yeah, I would have.
All 3 of you are there.
My
Sorry,
grog.
I forgot. Too many people. Yeah. So all 3 of you are still vibing at the bar.
I would have asked the bar maid about the contest.
She's like, so you're in town for the contest, you say?
That's right.
Uh,
That's what brings me here.
Yeah, that is the talk of the town as of late. We've had quite the problems around town.
Can you tell
Uh,
me a little bit about the problems you guys have been dealing with?
I only hear what people say to me, so I can't verify everything for you. But I know poor Miss Gertrude lost her cat the other day.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. I would say that I had heard that there was something is going wrong in the fields. I haven't heard exactly what though. Like I heard there was some issue with their cattle out there. But yeah, I mean, I gotta say it was going pretty bad, but all these adventures in town, for me at least, business starts booming. We're on an
So,
upswing right now.
so just some vague rumors about things happening to animals.
Yeah, that's the most that I've heard. But like, people are talking that things are bad right now, but they don't get into too much specifics.
Interesting. Can you tell me which farms these fields were at, and also where I could find Miss Gertrude?
Of course. Well, Gertrude lives over up in Beacon Hill in the nice part of town. And her tabby was lost. And these farms were kind of on the outskirts, up to the northwest of town. But I mean, do I have my no? Sorry, northeast of town. Sorry, I had it flipped. Up towards the northeast of town. That's where it was coming from. I think it was a couple of the farmers up there, and I think I saw a poster, but I don't remember that the farming union had put out.
Okay.
That said that you
Okay.
need to keep an eye on this, and that there's issues up there. That price of beef is going to be going up, is what I hear.
No, no. Well, thank you. I appreciate those tips.
Yeah. So you had that conversation.
Yeah,
Open the
and
door.
then
And yeah, so you walk in on the hunt for a sexy goblin.
I burst in the door, announcing myself to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
I hold up my 2 fish. Say, I've got 2 salmon for whoever can point me in the direction of a sexy goblin.
You all
I
like
look at the
party
barmaid
hears
and I point at the barmaid.
that. So her mother.
Yes.
hey.
Yeah, yeah. Her mother is there, and she blushes. She's a little embarrassed.
So you
And-
are a
Salmon,
fine-looking
please.
goblin, but not quite the one I'm looking for.
Ouch.
Ooh. She
I was sent
looks
over here.
a little dejected.
However, you might be able to help me find her. I was sent over here by a fantastic, upstanding, very wealthy young goblin named Jarf. He pointed me this
Jarf.
direction. Said the mother of a sexy goblin worked here.
With the name of Jarf, the barmaid perks up a little bit, and she's like, I do like Jarf.
Jarf is a wonderful man.
He has been talking, has been trying to talk to my daughter, but to not much avail. I wouldn't
Are you
mind
talking
it.
about Nocta?
So this goblin is your daughter.
Perhaps. What you just said? I don't particularly think my daughter is sexy, mind you.
Ah, where is she?
Oh,
It
well,
must be the
she's
genetics.
she's at work.
All right. I just go and sit at the bar and wait there until said sexy goblin gets off work. Possibly sexy goblin.
Presumably, we'd notice you.
You have
shouting
noticed
that
this
you're
loud
in.
endeavor, and I assume you have to give Flint some fish.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy. I look at
Yes.
you, my eyes widen. I say, swan dive.
The falling man.
The falling man.
I saw you last night. You did a great swan dive. I don't know why I was in that boat, but you did an amazing job.
Wait, hold up. You fell before me though, right? Did you see me do the dive?
Yeah, he was on the mast.
Hmm
Oh, okay. I saw you do a not so gracious dive yourself.
Hey, I stayed on that mast. I'm proud of it.
So that only leaves one that we have not found in the
One
tree.
what? I look to my left and see Aloxon and be like, "Oh, hey, bud," and then I go back.
Hello, fellow dream dweller.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Is this some kind of arcane magic or something?
It isn't something that any of us are familiar with so far. How about yourself?
You could make an arcane check if you could figure out if this was a magical dream or what
Is that
happened here.
literally a thing? Is arcane literally
Arcane is a check.
Arcana, yeah.
Arcana, yeah.
Okay. Wait,
It's
You could also make an
intelligence.
Oh!
I will do that.
I got a nat 20 on that.
Oh shit!
Damn, son.
I did not. I got 5.
I don't remember the name of it. One sec. Let me do a Google.
Oh shit! There is some funky business.
I got a 4.
Hell yeah. So the one Bryn who rolled 20, because I heard the other ones weren't very good, right?
That's right.
You have heard of people who are able to control dreams to some extent. You haven't done a ton of reading on it, right? Like, but you are familiar with like the idea that dreams are malleable in some respect in this world. I can't remember the name. There's like a specific thing that you would know. It's like ornithopy or something like that, which is like the art of doing like dream magics and stuff like that. And you know that exists in this world.
Okay.
You have never met anyone who can do it or anything like that, though.
Okay. I convey that information to the group.
Dream magic, you say?
Yeah, I've heard of such a thing before.
Well, it
Never seen
seems
it
like
myself.
none of the dream dwellers so far that we've met have participated in this dream magic. We all seem to be
Sexy
falling
goblin.
victim to it.
The
So,
sexy goblin.
no,
you guys
no.
see
He was a
Sexy
magic
Goblin?
user.
She reported that this was new to her as well. So the only one left is the one that I healed in the dream. We have to find him. Maybe he's the one who orchestrated the dream.
A half elf?
That's right.
What if the Kraken was calling us?
It could. Yeah. No. That's true. Some
I'm
sort
not-
of giant abyssal beast could pull us with mental magic.
I'm not overly fond of seafood, so I'd prefer if it wasn't calling to us.
But that, yeah,
Fish.
I would agree.
For you, you're welcome.
You had 2. Okay.
Yeah, what do you all want to do? You've all met up. You are in the
Oof.
Crimson Albatross. Vibin'.
Well, okay, so I mean, I was here to essentially find out how I could do the greatest deed for the city, but now I'm distracted by this whole dream thing. So I found everybody in my dream except for this one person. So I'm like, all right, well, should we just go to the local plaza and see if our fellow dream dweller is there? It's worth looking.
Might as well. I need one drink first. I go up to the barkeep and ask. I describe the bottle cap of clear liquid. Would you happen to have this?
He looks at you and like nods knowingly and returns with an identical bottle cap with the clear liquid.
How much?
For you, sir, free.
You're a saint. Knock it back. All right, let's go.
All right? Make a Constitution check on your second one.
Oh no.
And that 20.
Oh my god.
I'm thriving.
You looked at as you took it the drink. The barkeep like looked at you a little bit expectantly, of like you to make a face or to like kind of wince as it went down. Cool as a cucumber. And he looks a bit aghast. Yeah. So are you all headed to the plaza?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I
Okay,
feel like
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just following them.
I need to get out of this. I've got my grog.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, you head down the main street, down into the plaza, where at this point all of you are in the plaza. You haven't all like noticed each other yet. but both Caravan and our mighty band of adventurers coming down are in the plaza. You both have seen like the chaos of the plaza. We're getting closer to noontime with all of these things happening, and it is picking up in terms of the travel and business. Like there's donkeys drawing carriages full of grain and people crossing and yelling, and it's a bit chaotic in the plaza.
Is Nocta also en route to the plaza?
No,
work,
Nocta went to
or-
work before.
I was
Yeah,
wondering
so
if Nocta's
Nocta's
work is
Watchmaking or
in the
something,
plaza.
Probably.
No, her work is probably in one of the nicer parts of town. So not in the plaza directly.
Gotcha.
Yep. And the plaza is F here, just for context.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That
In
is
case you
middle.
couldn't, I couldn't
Cool.
tell if you could read the small.
Yeah.
Full screen
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Okay.
And then on the way to the plaza, I would have probably asked like Flint what his name is.
Sure. Yeah, you could have those kind of introductions happening.
My name is Flint.
Love it.
Flint, what
what's your
brings you to
name?
Flint? What brings you to Bithorn City?
The same as us all, I presume. I was looking for the reward for doing the best thing.
Oh yes, that's
It's a fairly
right.
vague
That's
quest,
also
isn't
why
it?
I'm here. The
How-
greatest deed. Yeah, it is kind of vague. I've been starting by trying to find out what's been ailing the city.
It is a vague quest with a vague reward. It's pretty suspicious.
You
You can be out of
don't
those
believe in the
caves.
council?
I think that if they wanted something done, they would have just laid it out right.
I don't know what's
Interesting.
happening. I don't know what's happening. I'm just kind of following them around.
Just vibing.
I didn't even come to the city for the thing anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so you're just following them around. Okay, yeah. So you both are now in the plaza proper. Are you looking for this person? The group?
Yeah, I'll do like active perception.
Yeah. Make an investigation check.
Investigation. Ooh.
Since
Yeah.
they were hooded, do we know what their face looks like?
I posted a picture.
Real quick, can I say what I'm doing in the plaza?
Of course, yeah, go for it. As they're
So-
investigating, do your rolls while
So
you're.
I
while
think
you're
part
doing
of the reason I went for this pan flute is I'm trying to scope out the place while blending in. So I've set myself down on a corner and I'm playing my flute with my open breakfast box in front of me.
Love it.
And every now and then I'll grab out a morsel to make a little more room for coins in case any are so inclined.
Yeah, make a performance check. While you're
Oh jeez, my performance stat is not good.
No,
You
you're
should
a
have thought of
terrible
that.
musician.
Rolled a nat 7.
Ooh, nat 7.
with a
Let's
plus 2
go.
performance, so I guess I'm at a 9.
You're doing your best. Right? Like you're trying. Notes are coming out, maybe not melodies per se, but you do get you get like there's 5 or 6 pity copper inside of your box.
Nice,
for the
I'm
work
adding
you
that to my
Petty
inventory.
You can have some
Got
like
5
people who
pity
walk
copper.
by, like they make eye contact with you and they hear what's going on and they just put like 2 copper in, you know.
Would my perception roll of 17 and large elephant ears notice like a cacophonous fluting sound?
Yeah, you do. You hear. You were kind of expecting better buskers, and so you're a little surprised to hear some discordant music coming out of one of the areas of the plaza. You do see that, but like
Interesting.
for your perception, is anyone else rolling investigation or just Borealis here?
I rolled an 11.
11.
15.
Cool. Yeah, so with that, your ears pick up that discordant, and you're drawn to like what the fuck is going on. Where you see and recognize Paravan as the man from your dream. As that happens, as you basically eye contact, you're relatively close, probably within like 50 or 60 feet.